week inspired by. This morning I get to tell you about my inspiration, who I call my darling Uncle Pierce. He was born with the genetic disorder Down syndrome, and he was a really important part of our family. Growing up, he really taught me by his example about everything that matters in life. And while he passed away many years ago, he still holds a very special place in my heart. Pierce was born July 5th, 1933, and my grandmother used to call him her little firecracker because he was born so close to the 4th of July. The doctor told her, this child will never walk, he'll never talk, and my grandma would say, no, he will do everything, just like any little boy can.
My mom and dad's philosophy from the beginning was, he goes where we go, and that was how he spent his life. He was quite the world traveler. He looked at life like it was one big adventure, and he was blessed to be born into a family that agreed with that. And so he was able to achieve everything he could achieve, and then some.
After my grandfather passed away, he and his mom, my grandmother, moved to Tucson, Arizona full-time and lived with me and my sister, my mom and brother at home, in this house, actually.
It was a hard time because their father, my husband, had also just died.
There was a certain bittersweetness to it, but I have to say, Pierce was really the highlight of that, because all our lives, we adored Pierce. I've said that Pierce was emotionally wise and sensitive. He knew that my dad had passed away and we were all sad. And sometimes he'd say, I remember Charlie. I'll say a prayer for him. It just was his way of connecting. I do remember. Look at that. Aww. Isn't that cute? How old was Pierce there?
Pierce had an exceptional sense of humor, almost mischievous, I'd say. Pierce would tease us a lot.
He used to sometimes walk in a room and everybody would be sitting around the table and he'd say, where do I sit, on the roof? He just had this way of lightening everyone's mood.
Yeah.
He was just full of life.
And love. He loved everybody.
He was very affectionate.
Yes.
Always loved to give a hug or a kiss.
Girls.
Love the pretty girls. Sometimes we'd have our friends over in high school and he'd say, you got a boyfriend? And they'd say, no. And he'd say, yeah, me.
He just was completely fixated with basketball, but I think more with the basketball attire.
When Annie and I were little girls, we decided to play a trick on him and hide his basketball uniform. He was so mad at us.
Well.
He was really mad at us. And he was walking around saying, Mom, where's my stuff? And Annie and I were just giggling. We were little. So I guess we were mischievous too.
That excuses us. He taught us how to be mischievous.
Yes, he did. I talk about Pierce all the time because I think he's really inspiring. When you love somebody who has a disability and you experience how they experience the world, it's instant perspective about how to make life wonderful, even when you've been given incredible difficulties.
I think my Uncle Pierce was a simultaneously serene and exuberant person. And I think Savannah's that way. She has this incredible deep calm that sets people at ease.
God, so much.
Pierce just loved people, and I see that in Savannah all the time.
I don't think I would be the same person if not for my uncle, Pierce. When I got the job at the Today Show, I recognized it was an opportunity to raise some awareness. I went to the Buddy Walk this year and just giving hugs and taking pictures. Advocacy matters so that people understand what this condition is and aren't afraid. When you look at what people with Down syndrome are doing now, living on their own, having jobs, having families, having relationships, it takes your breath away. If I can be a voice to say, you should get to know that person who has Down syndrome because your life may be dramatically transformed for the better, then I'd like to be that voice. That was beautiful.
Oh my God.
Of all the wonderful opportunities this show gives us to get